Hello, beautiful people. Honest Am here, the creator and writer of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemists of our lives and to teach us how to become spiritual beings. My name is Honest Am. I am the creator and chief of the Honestly Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards millennials who are truly trying to get their shit together. And let's get into it. So, your guardian angels and ancestors, allow me to see the cards that we need to see, that you deem worthy for our highest good. Allow no room for doubt or confusion. In God's name I pray, Ashe. I hope that this message finds you well. I hope that this holiday season and this end of the year wrap up is doing well. I'm excited to be here. All right, let me do one more card, please. Take one more throwaway. If not, I'll take the next bottom card. One more. Once. Alright. So, the two cards that came out is Earth Guide. Your sacred calling upon this earth is to simply love and be loved. And honestly, y'all, I'm actually I don't know if this is like our actual card. It's like this card is so beat up. So it may just fill out, but whatever. Earth Guide, in the inner world, your external world is a reflection of your inner world. And so what I feel like what God is saying is that if you personally find yourself in a position where you have a lot of chaos and toxicity, or a lot of chaos and confusion, angel number 141, it could be that because you have a lot of chaos inside. Like you may just be unsure, you may be being pulled from different directions. You may also be a type of person that feels like you have like this voice, and I'm not saying like another voice in your head, but like this person in your head that's always checking you. That's like it's like a mother figure or like an authoritative figure always telling you, what you think you're doing, you shouldn't be doing that. And I kind of like that this is coming up because this year for Honestly Sis, our focus for the first quarter of the year is focusing on changing our mind so that we can change our life. The challenge is going to start on December 28th. We're going to have a series of events. The first letter that comes out to the Honestly Sis family is going to have different techniques and different tools to help assist you in changing your mindset. So if you struggle with this, please make sure that you join the Honestly Sis newsletter list so that you can make sure that you're receiving that newsletter, and that maybe you can attend some of these workshops that we're going to have, because I'm so serious about changing my mind and change my life and becoming your own guru. And this is what God is trying to get you to understand. Like, just because you are alive, and because, matter of fact, fuck being alive. The reason why you even have that idea, the reason why you even have that desire is because your soul deep down inside knows that you can have it. I don't care if it's a way of like a living that you want, if it's a house that you want, if it's a career that you want. If your body has a desire for it, it means that you have every ability and capability to make it happen. And the frustration come in is when you deny that. When you deny that truth, when you say that's not for me. But what God is trying to get you to understand is simply because that desire is in your world, angel number 340, it lets you know that it can be yours. God is telling you you're worthy of it just because you are alive, because you breathe air, because you are an extension of Him. So which means you're worthy of whatever you desire. So God is saying that if that desire is not in your external world, then your job is to go inside and to make it happen. Okay? The other card that came out is creation. Being creative is a wonderful way of witnessing the unfolding of your limitless creative soul. Angel number 414. And a lot of times, I know in the artist way, there's actually a line that I have up here that says, my creativity is a blessing to myself and others. I believe that God loves artists. I've actually heard a saying that says, creativity, to become a creator is the closest way of understanding God. And I can personally say, I have an article on Honestly Sis about this. The process of creating my books, of writing, even of Honestly Sis, low-key, everything that I do, it's because of this relationship that I have built with God, and because we're talking and we're working, and it's amazing. It's just it's so insane to me, like how, like, honestly, sis, went from being just a simple question on Facebook. Hey, would anybody be interested in receiving a newsletter, a biweekly newsletter, blah, blah, blah. 4 years later, 4, 5, 6 contributors later, 100 plus articles later, it's an actual thing. And I genuinely, truly believe in my soul that it's going to be a globally recognized brand when it's all said and done. And this started from just a what if thought. The reason why so many of us connect with the alchemist is because metaphorically, it's related to life. It is the metaphor for life. Everybody starts with that reoccurring dream of the treasure that they could have. Whether that treasure is a lifestyle, whether that treasure is a family that you want, whether that treasure is a career, or it's an invention that you want to make. We all have that reoccurring thought in our mind of what we could have or what if. And God is sending you this message to say that the frustration you're feeling is because you're denying that you can have it. You're denying that it's even possible. But God is sending you this message to say, like, you're worthy of it. And the reason why you're denying it is because you don't think you're worthy of it. You feel like you don't have the tools, you don't have the skills, you don't have the, the wherewithal, the family structure, all this other stuff. You're comparing yourself to others. You're comparing yourself to, well, I never seen this done before. I literally just put up new Post-its since we haven't been recording at Angel number 648. And it is, there are no rules. But what if it turns out better than what you thought? But what if it works? I don't know what is haunting you. I don't know what idea God is urging you to go after. But I'm telling you, you have to do it. That is your duty. That low-key could be your whole sole focus for being here. I say it all the time, and I say it because it's true. The world can be in chaos because of you. Angel number 707. But let's get a tool to kind of understand, why is this message so important? God, what are you trying to get? Look at this, inner alchemy. I can't make this up. Inner alchemy. Inner alchemy is achieved when you react to fear with love. I just did this message all about when you are awakened to pain. It's really you're being awakened to it so that you can birth a new way of being. But so many of us, we don't go towards the pain. We try to act like it's not there. We try to act like it's really not a big deal. And then we miss out our blessings to grow, to change, to be better. And so this message is low key complementing it and further confirming that you have the power to change your world. You have the power to change your life. And it's not because, you're lucky. It's not because you're like, it ain't got none. The elements are none of that shit. You can change your life by changing your mind. You can change your life by going inside. And the reason why we have been shunned away from spirituality, the reason why we have been shunned away from really connecting back to the spiritual world is because when you get connected to source, nobody can fuck with that. That's a pure connection that nobody can get to you. And when you tap into that, you become unstoppable. You move differently. You talk differently. You are different. All right, God, clarify this message of Earth Guide, inner worlds, and creation. Why is it so important for us to explore our creative endeavors? What are you trying to get us to understand about taking that time to go inwards and to really try to bring these dreams to life? Allow no room for doubt or confusion. In God's name I pray. Ashe. All right, well, we actually got the message that we need to focus on. It popped right out. Angel number 922. I am a vibrational being in the vibrational universe. You live in a pulsating, vibrating universe of advanced harmonics. Everything that exists in your air, in your dirt, in your water, and in your bodies is vibration and motion. And all of it is managed by the powerful law of attraction. Let's pause. Angel number 945. The cards that came out is Earth Guide, which guide is trying to say, you are the Earth Guide. I told you guys that every one of us, as a spiritual entity, we come into this world. And then as we are being birthed, this actually reminds me to go back and read this book that I started reading. As we're being birthed, we also birth a spiritual team. Our spiritual team in our soul, they all are connected to source. In the information, they know the ultimate end goal. They got the blueprint. They know how to get us there. But they can't do anything. Your spirit team, God, angels, none of them can do anything until the Earth Guide, the vessel, the physical vessel that's on Earth, decides, oh, I can make this happen. And so what God is trying to get you to understand is that your soul that was implanted in you when you were born, it also implanted in you a certain vibration. And so your soul, when you're not awakened, when you're not walking your path, it may be dormant. Or it may be vibrating at a low frequency. And so what it attracts to you are low vibration things, or maybe not attract anything at all. Well, what God is trying to say with this message of your inner worlds and creations. Let's start with this message of creation. Say that you start with your soul, your energy being dormant. As you start creating, as you start exploring, as you start doing those things that you used to do as a child. So for me, I used to read a lot. And actually, that low-key is how it started. I was in college. I don't think I read one book. I think the only book I read was the last Harry Potter, I want to say, my whole 5 years in college. I wasn't reading. Mind you, I read all before that. So it just lets you know how disconnected I was from who I truly am. And so that first year that I graduated school, I was in my corporate job. I started reading again, and it felt so fucking good. And then I just kept reading. I was reading what's on the bestseller list. So what I'm telling you is that my soul is starting to wake up. It's starting to be like, oh, this bitch, she's starting to move again. She's starting to live again. And so I would read all these books on these bestseller book, and I was just like, find myself like so disappointed. And I'm just like, is books being created the same? I was just like, and very arrogantly, I'm like, I can make a bestseller. So I give you that example to show you that I never ever intended to set out to write a book until I had that intention to be a creative being, to try to get back to my childhood self. I told you I always wanted to be an actress. I don't even know how the book stuff came in, but it was in my soul and it attracted to me. So that's what God is trying to get you to understand, is that you don't have to know how you're going to get here. I tell you all the time, you don't need to know the big picture. You just need to take the first step. And this is the reason why you take the first step. Because when you take the first step, your vibrations start changing different. And when your vibrations start changing different, which means you're doing the inner work to change your external world, which means you have different things that attracts in your life. And if you just keep following that trail of being creative, being back with your inner child self, eventually you will attract in your dream life, okay? Whew, I feel like that was for me. Thank you, God. There is nothing that exists outside of this vibrational nature. And as you learn to accept your vibrational nature and begin to consciously utilize your vibrational indicator, okay, now let me calm down. Angel number 1354. There is nothing that exists outside of your vibrational nature. And as you learn to accept your vibrational nature and begin to consciously utilize your emotional vibrational indicators, you will gain conscious control of your personal creations and the outcome of your own life experience. Let's break this down. There is nothing that exists outside of this vibrational nature. So we've all established that we all came in here with a soul. Our soul came in here at a certain vibration, and every single living being in this world, the trees, everything has a vibration. And it says, as you learn to accept your vibrational nature, so now we know that we're a spiritual being with this vibrational nature to attract whatever we need in our life. Angel number 1444. And we begin to consciously utilize your emotional vibrational indicators. Go back to this cards of your inner world. Creation. Or actually, hold on. You begin, as you learn to accept your vibrational nature, so which means we're accepting that we're earth guide and that we're simply here to love and be loved. And as we start to consciously utilize your emotional vibrational indicators, meaning using these creations, getting back to our inner child self, taking these emotions, instead of being frustrated, going towards the fear, actually trying to change, trying to birth a new way of being. As you do that, you will gain conscious control of your personal creations and the outcome of your life experience, aka once you change your inner world, your outer world will change as well. And honestly, guys, as I've been away from you guys, as I've been just in this place of just receiving and meditating, and it's not really like meditating, because I don't want y'all to think I've been in this bitch. I just been walking, doing my normal routine, but I've been taking more moments to just pause and be in silence. Like, I'll drive in my car, and like sometimes I'll just, I'll just don't want to hear the noise, and I'll just turn it off, and I'll drive for miles and just silence. Or I'll be walking Cuddy, and sometimes I'll have my headphones on, but I turn off the music so I can just hear. And I'm learning, angel number 1611, that the rest is just as important as the work. I just finished up my first part, and like there's a part of me that knows, that's kind of like I'm satisfied, I'm proud with how that ended. It ended exactly according to this new methodology I'm working. I think I'm developing it, but maybe it already exists. Who the fuck knows? Angel number 1637. And I feel good about it. But I'm also like, I know that I want to slow down, and I'm about to buy my laptop in January. Got some stuff in my car. Anyway, so I'm saying that there's a process, and there's a part of me that's like, no, I need to just keep writing so I don't lose my groove. But taking this break these last 2 weeks have shown me that the answers come in the stillness. The answer come in the silence. The answer come in the pause. Last thing I want to say, I did yoga training, and I was super into yoga for like a year and a half. I still have a desire to, well, actually one thing that I'm challenging myself, one of the events I'm doing for, honestly, sis, if I want to do an intuitive yoga flow for people and actually do what I do in my home to a wider, to a group of people, to actually see if it's what I think it is, and I know it is, Anyway, so every time, what I've noticed is that, in yoga, especially certain type of yoga classes, angel number 1740, they focus so much on movement. Go to this posture, go to this, you move. And the reason why people love yoga so much is really because of that last 5 minutes, which is the savasana. And so many teachers in the yoga world, they would just have you just moving the entire 50 minutes, and then have a cool down for 5 minutes, have you in that shavasana, and you are in ecstasy, right? It really makes sense, because especially for people who have not been in a yoga practice or haven't been doing mental training, it probably takes about 50 minutes of just pure physical energy, focusing your attention elsewhere for your mind to calm down so that you can get into a meditative state. But what I have been doing in my intuitive yoga flows is that I would do the spurts. It's kind of just like those like spurts training. Like I would go, super hard, have a super tough yoga flow, but then I would have a song like right in the middle of that difficult yoga, like a challenging yoga flow. And then I would have a slower song to just pause. And like, honestly, that's where the magic is, because that's where you can feel the energy in your body. You can feel the tingling in your hands. You can feel it when you take that pause, and you can hear it. And I've been noticing, like, when I do that, when I get into the savasana, it's like 10 times more deep. That's when you're floating and your hands tingling, and you feel like you're like literally taking information from the earth. So anyways, I say all that to say that, well, I don't even know why I say all that to say that don't be afraid to slow down, to get information, to like, honestly, that's what this whole time of year is about, is to take a pause. Like time, it really is not even real. Let's be for real. Like, let's really be for real. God don't give a fuck about time. That's why you keep going through the same stuff over and over, because God don't care about time. The whole purpose is about getting the lesson. And so the reason why we have time is for that, so that we can have these benchmarks, and so that we can say, oh, well, how have I done in this year? How have I done from January 1st to December 31st? And so that you can see how you did. Am I moving closer to my goals? What is my life reflecting? Do I feel more confident in myself? And why or why not? And then come the next year, you can make those adjustments. Like, that's the whole purpose of time. And so I feel like if you get to the end of this year, you like, damn, I'm nowhere near closer to my goals. I'm nowhere near closer to changing my life. I'm still in this dead end job. What God is saying is that right now you have this opportunity to say, okay, I may have been on some bullshit for the last 10, 15 years, but this year, 2022, I don't care what people say. You can say new year, new you if you want to. In 2022, I'm going to do things different. I'm going to working on my inner child so I can change my life. The last card that came out is whatever I desire, I can acquire, and I can't even make that up. God is saying, as you recognize that you're a spiritual being with a vibrational nature, and as you use things that make you feel good and you just work on that, it's going to change your vibration. It's also going to change the vibration of what comes in your life. As you keep working on your inner world, your external world is bound to change, all because of a thing called inner alchemy. And God is clarifying that with whatever I desire. And you already know this card. If this time-space reality can inspire a desire within you, it is absolute that this time-space reality has the ability to yield a full, satisfying manifestation of that. It is law. And the reason, and remember, I started off this message talking about how the alchemist is nothing but a metaphor for life, and how we all have this recurring dream of this treasure that we can have, this desire that we can have. And that's God confirming you can have it. Oh shit, Cuddy, you scared the fuck out of me. I'm sorry. Agent number 2150. I thought somebody was about to walk in my house. I'm like, what the fuck? It's just Cuddy. You okay, baby? You scared me. All right, y'all. Let's end this message with, look, what if life is always working out for me? I can't make this up. God is letting you know, like, who you want to be. Who you want to be? Like, do you really want to live it or what? Actually, you know what? Okay. And I know I'm going to do one last message. Cuddy going to be mad at me. But I am going to, the last one message I want to do, I'm going to do I'm going to do a blockages reading on what's blocking us from thinking that we're a spiritual being. That's what I'm going to do. All right, God, clarify this message of earth, guide, creation, inner worlds. I am a vibrational being, and whatever I desire, I can acquire. What are you trying to get us to understand about inner alchemy? What are you trying to get us to understand about us taking advantage of the fact that we can change our life just by going inwards and chasing our inner child and our dreams? Allow no room for doubt or confusions in me or yours, mine. God, please wrap us up in a beautiful way. Ashe. I do want a popper, but I won't. This will be my last one. Okay. Way of faith. I love it. Angel number 2330. I love this. Way of faith. Let faith be your guide. This is going to be our closing message. Way of faith. Let faith be your guide. Angel number 141. Angel number 145. But I guess we can take angel number 141. Who knows? Let faith be your guide. When faith becomes all love, we enter into greatness. From that source, we can spread love to all life. We then live in abundance. Rumi. There is a divine gift inside you that holds the key to your confidence and trust. That key opens a mysterious inner chamber that reveals the secrets of love to you. It is the entrance of the greatness of your ultimate capacity. You will be like a lantern that spreads light around it. An invisible support will sustain and empower you to enter a vast unknown with total confidence. Dear one, surrender faithfully to the unrecognized path and benefit from the divine gift that is inside you. Live your life, live your dream, risk it all, and take a chance. Have faith that the potential for love is infused into your life. When you surrender to your heart, clues and the guidance and the guidelines to follow them appear along the way. Bring your dream into reality by having faith that you must face the obstacles along the way. As you master your reality, you will flow towards abundance into the fullness of life. Your mantra for this week is, I have faith in my power to face the unknown. I have full assurance that I am not making a mistake, nor am I afraid of making one if I do so. Move forward, experience the greatness of who you truly are. Y'all, I cannot make this up. Like, literally, that whole message was what I have been saying this whole time. And I don't know about you guys, but I am choosing to journey into the unknown. I am not looking back. Yesterday, I actually, as I was reading that, I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're not going after your dreams because maybe you were like me and you feel like, well, I can't be successful and have a family. I got to choose. And maybe you feel like your partner won't support you, or you can't have love if you decide to be this powerful businesswoman. But let me let you know that just like this card say, just because you have that desire to have a husband, to be a successful woman, that means that it is possible. Do not allow this world to dictate what is possible for you. If Issa motherfucking Rae hasn't proven that you can make the impossible possible, I don't know where you have been and I don't know who the fuck you are. But you can do whatever you want, and it starts by you trusting you. It starts by you going inside, you being uncomfortable for a minute, and then you changing your life. Because once you do it on your own, can't nobody take shit from you, and can't nobody tell you what you can do. So let's stop stressing, let's stop worrying, let's stop trying, and let's just be who the fuck we are, who the fuck we came here to be. Okay? All right, y'all. That is all the messages I have for you. If you made it to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. If you made it to the end of this message, you are not subscribed. What are you waiting for? Until we meet again. Dream those dreams. Never fucking let the internet rush you, and never ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Talk to you soon. Happy New Year.